Today I want to show you how to set up the Uptown design on your website. So the first thing you do is log into your dashboard and go to settings here. And let's make a couple of changes real quick. You'll want to come over here, let's see if we look at this, and put in something like let's just say it's something like that. Okay, we put in description of your website and maybe your little tagline or slogan right there, and then that'll get you going. This is what the site looks like right now. Let's open that home page, and let's edit this page. We'll launch the page builder. Okay, so there's a few things here that we'll be able to change. The page builder comes online, and one of the first things you'll want to do is change these links. So these are kind of set in here a certain way, and for example, if you want the U out, because we don't use that, but you put in your links here to your IDX broker pages. My notes, we may not use that, but we could put something, maybe say we put saved properties, and then we can put in the link that's going to go with that. So those links will look something like this. Okay, and so then each of those, this one might down here might be something like map or something like that. And you'll just have to get these links off of your IDX settings. So let's let that. The next space we want is we have these images here. So let's take a look here. Let's see this row and see if we have a background image. No. Let's click here on this image. We're going to replace that one. You can see that there's an image here. We want to replace that image. And we can pull an image off of the website. Okay, there's a number of images here. We'll use this one just to make it easy for us today. So let's select that photo. You can see that it's updated here. Click on this one. Let's continue. Here where the welcome is, you just click here, and you can change this information here. You can see that as I change this, this information is updated. Here on this area, we have a few different things that we want to change. So let's replace the image of the agent, and say in this case we want to put this image here, which is probably not a picture of you anyway, but let's just say that that's, you can upload a picture here, upload files. Well, let's use this picture. The problem is that picture I just uploaded is huge, and so it's probably not going to fit very well. You can see it right there. Oh, we'll still use it. It's just too huge. But we'll put that in there. Then you can see where each of these has a little space that you can update it. So we'll just say this is Becky Jo Becky Jo skills. Okay, and then you can see here where you can update. If you click over here, you can get each one of these lines and update those links. Where the featured listings is, we actually want to put in, you can see that it's got different buttons. So maybe we'll put here farms on this one, and the next one we'll put it as barns. So I'll show you here in a minute how we update all these. On the luxury one, let me just show you on that luxury one. If we go here to the text, you can see that it has an IDX broker widget in there. So you can change that and update that with your widget code. And we'll actually pop that into farms. Okay, let's hit save. Now, this actually has a lot of pictures. You can see it's got Rosemont and Glenview and featured neighborhoods and all these things. So you're going to need 12. There's 6 pictures here. Plus those, that's 12, 16, maybe a logo there, 17, 18. You're going to need 18 pictures. I recommend going to somewhere like Unsplash, type in the word farm, and hit enter. And then we say, okay, which of these look like our market that we're working in? We'll say, okay, we like this one. We like horses. I'm just going to grab a couple here just so I can show you how. There's actually some really nice pictures. So on Unsplash, these are all free, and you don't have to give any credit to anybody. So you can just grab whichever one of these you want. So when you look at something like this, this is a huge, huge picture. So we'll get the barn here. I hit download. And we're going to open this with preview on my computer. That's what we use to edit things. So here it is on preview. So the first thing I'm going to do is resize this. And you can see that this is almost 6,000 pixels. It's 5 megabytes. It's huge. I'm actually going to go back over here. Let's take a look at where we're going to put this image. We're going to put it in one of these spaces here. So basically what we do is we put 1,200 pixels across on a full page one, which we may do here for this one, okay? Because these are not ships. Half page is 600 pixels, and one of these quarter pages would be about 300 pixels. We're going to see what size these guys are just to get a good, make sure we get it the right size. So these are about 200 by 300. So let me make sure that's this size will work okay, just like we have it. So let's save it. And then the next step actually on this is we're going to go to tinypng.com. And let's get our picture. Okay, so here's that image. We're going to put it over on tinypng. And you can see that it reduced it from 65 kilobytes, which really isn't that big, to 28 kilobytes, which is actually kind of not that huge of a deal, not that important, except that when we go to add 12 pictures on a page, then it becomes kind of a big deal. So let's go back over here and let's pull out this picture. So let's replace that. Here's the fast one. I may want to rename this, so let me just put it so it doesn't have that. I'll just remove that. So we'll get this, load that file here. This image here, we probably should have updated the file name before we put it in here, but let's update a title. And we'll put something like Farmland SEO name or Farmland Homes for Sale. On the alt text, we may put something too that's different than the title, but similar. So let's select that photo. And there's a link here where we can select what page that goes to. So if we're actually building this with the farmland kind of a concept, you can see that it's already updated in the background there. Then we'd probably want to put something you know, to an IDX page or something of that nature. But since this is just kind of a demo thing, then we don't have that. So, and then this one, we have to come back, we have to put a caption on the picture because that tells us what's going to be in the space. So let me get back over here. I'm going to have to edit this. And we need to put the caption here. Because that's going to be an important part of the picture. It says below photo, but we put in some code that'll make it show here, kind of on top of the photo. So you basically just go, you can see there, see that's up, not mess anything up. So for each picture, you need to go in and change the title and the information there. So let's say we want to put, this says Chicago neighborhoods here, and you can see we've got these pictures in the background. Those pictures, we would use something that's about 1200 pixels, and I'm just going to measure the height here. It looks like 390 or maybe 400, 390. So we come back over here to the barn picture. Let's download that. And again, we'll open it with our preview. This probably isn't really going to work very well because we need just a strip, but we'll do what we can. So let's adjust the size of this. We're going to want it 1200 pixels wide. And then I think it's about 400. So there's 1200, it was 390 if I recall. So you can kind of get this pretty accurate. We'll do that. So I'm going to crop that. And then we'll save that. So it's been, again, we'll take that over to tiny PNG, up it over here, drag it over. You can see that one was 113. That was about, reduced to about half the size. And we're going to switch this picture here. So we'll look at our row settings. You can see these things are all set on top of that row. So some of them it's actually going to be an image, and then others it'll actually have a background photo like this one does. So let's replace that. We'll upload a file. We'll drag that there. Oops, that was actually the wrong picture. We wanted farmland horses, so let's put that one there. Horses here. There's the title, Farmland Horses. We don't necessarily need to put a caption on this, and we'll just put, again, real estate in farmland. And let's use that picture. And so you can see there's the horse's ears, and it kind of put it in there and it cropped that picture a little bit. So we had that, and it kind of cropped a little bit there. You can tweak those pictures in a little bit and make it look a little bit different, but that's what we did on that one. We'll put another picture here. Again, we're going to look for the background image for this. You can tell because as some of them have one thing and some have another, so I guess it's kind of hard to know. So we'll actually, look, here's another one with a horse, so that's going to work out great. So we changed that. There we go, you can see that. If we want to change this picture here, let's see. This one, you come, the image is all the way over here. So let's replace that. It's cropped to be a circle. So again, let's say we want this one in there. Click here on sell your home. So this is a full 1280 by 787 picture. So let's try this horse one. That's about the same size. So you can see as you just start going through here and changing these are set, this text is moved, and I'm hoping that when we save it, it'll correct it. We've talked about how to change all these. All these pictures, again, they're all the same type of a thing. Let's look at this market report again. There's the image. We can see it's 1024. Let's see, this is a little more kind of what we're shooting for. That was 1024 by 683. And as we click around there, we can see that these are saving. Whenever you're done making changes, then what you'll need to do, we'll have to go back and look at this and see what we did. Push done, and you can either publish the changes or save changes and exit. The hard thing about using the page builder is it doesn't give you the opportunity to go back and undo changes that you've done. But we're going to go make these changes, and then we'll take a look and see what we have. Okay, that worked. I can see that this this widget area didn't work the way we wanted it to, so I'll have to look at that. I may have put that code in the same place here instead of putting it in different places like I was supposed to. The market report is correct. I think we changed these two pictures, so they look correct. We changed this out, and we changed this, so those are all looking good. You can see here the sell your home and the join our team, those corrected and got in the right place. So some of these you kind of have to take a little bit of a leap of faith, and as you work with the page builder, things come together. So I think everything worked pretty much the way we wanted it to. So that's how to start setting up the pages. As you add more pages, when you're ready to add more pages, what you'll do is simply come here to Pages, then click New. When it gives you the Add New Page, we'll put all about farmland here. And then we want to pick a template, so we can make sure it, and we'll just pick that template, Uptown. So we'll save the page like that. Then we just come over to the page builder. And we can pick a page layout. Here we'll just pick blank. And then we'll drop in a basic module here, just our text editor. Put a new row. Here's everything you need to know about. And this is our farmland page, and we just start adding in more information. When we're done, we publish our change. And this is what our page looks like. We can add IDX widgets and all the other things that we talk about in the other videos. So that's how to set up the Uptown